Good morning, everyone. My name is Deacon Mike Lehman, and this morning I'm going to be doing a short reflection on Christ the King, um, which we will be celebrating this Sunday. It's a wonderful solemnity as we remember that for 2,000 years, uh, empires have risen and fallen. And yet, for that same time, people around the world have proclaimed that Jesus Christ is Lord. That's a good time for us to sort of re-examine the priority that we give Christ in our own lives, and also a time to sort of celebrate the religious freedoms that we enjoy. We are very fortunate that we have robust religious freedom protections here in the United States, but we also are mindful that being good stewards of our freedom means that we are vigilant towards the subtlest of threats that we may be encountering. Um, There are those, for example, who have been suggesting for a while that the First Amendment really only protects our right to worship. Some suggest that freedom of religious expression does not include sharing our faith in the public square, or that our religious beliefs should inform our worldview, including the way we think politically. We need to be careful that we don't empower such dangerous ideas. Here's one subtle way that I'm afraid we may be contributing to this idea within our church. I've experienced with my own preaching, and I've heard other priests and deacons share this as well. You preach about a particular issue that we're facing in our world and in our culture. After Mass, someone is upset, and they say, your homily got political. And, the suggestion is that you're sort of secretly endorsing one political party over the other. And then at another time, you preach about another issue, and someone else is offended. And in their mind, you were secretly endorsing the other political party. Here's the thing. So, for sure, we as clergy need to examine our consciences and make sure that our preaching is not suggesting that we're hoping for a political savior, that in fact our preaching acknowledges Jesus Christ as King of the universe, and that everything else, including politics, has its proper place behind that. We need to be extremely careful that we're not politicizing the good news of the gospel or reducing it to nothing more than a political ideology. And yet, we also have to preach about how the gospel is calling us to face the issues of the day. And if a candidate or a political party fails to respect human dignity and the common good of all people, that's on them, not on the church. One wonders what's really at the bottom of such comments that Catholics sometimes make. Do we really want a church that is silent in the face of evil? I don't think so. I don't think anyone would be interested in such a church for very long. The problem is, and this is true of Catholics all across the political spectrum, it's not that we want a church that is silent in the face of evil. It's that we don't want a church that points out where our own political leanings make us complicit with evil. And we're all very good at identifying evil from a distance, evil on the other side of things. If we seem less capable of seeing the evil that is closest to us. And so we need the church to help us with this. The gospel is not a weapon to be used to hurt other people. It is medicine that heals the wounds of sin within our hearts. Like Flannery O'Connor said of the gospel, it comforts the afflicted and it afflicts the comfortable. If the preaching of the gospel is not doing both of those things over time, well, that could indicate there's a problem with the preaching. But it could also mean that we are not open to really listening. I think one of the best ways we can protect religious freedom and deter the idea that it's nothing more than the right to worship is by allowing Jesus Christ, King of the universe, once again, to be King of our lives. Empires will continue to rise and fall. What will remain is who we've allowed ourselves to become in the eyes of Christ. May God bless you.